Mother, Alicia, stands frozen, watching her 4-year-old daughter, Mia, lying on life support. The beeping of machines fills the cold ICU room. Every sound feels too loud, too harsh. Alicia's heart pounds in her chest. Guilt, anger, and confusion swirl inside her, but she can't move. She just watches. A doctor steps closer. She was underwater too long, he says gently. We did everything we could, but her condition is critical. Alicia nods, though she barely hears him. Her mind is spinning. How could this happen? A police officer scribbles notes nearby. Was anyone else with the children? He asks. Alicia glances around, trying to think. She can't stop looking at her 10-year-old daughter Lily. Lily sits quietly in the corner, her arms folded, avoiding Alicia's eyes. Something about the way Lily sits makes Alicia uneasy. There's a strange calmness in her expression, something that doesn't fit. Alicia tries to shake the thought away. Maybe she's imagining things, but a small, gnawing suspicion begins to grow inside her. Something about Lily doesn't feel right. She remembers the moments before the accident, how she had been busy inside the house, making sure everything was ready for the afternoon. The girls had been playing near the backyard pool. She had thought they were safe, but now, as she stares at Mia's tiny body hooked to the machines, Alicia feels a cold chill. Something is wrong, she realizes. The police ask more questions. Neighbors share their version of events, and Alicia nods automatically. Her mind can't focus. All she can do is stare at Mia, wishing she could turn back time. Her heart aches as guilt mixes with fear. How did she let this happen? And why does Lily seem so distant? Alicia's stomach tightens. A mother should know her child, should trust her instincts. But right now Alicia feels lost. If only she knew the truth that day, she thinks, swallowing back tears. I wouldn't have protected the wrong child. The machines beep steadily. The room feels colder than ever. And Alicia stands there, trapped between hope, fear, and the growing suspicion that nothing in her life will ever feel the same again. Alicia was a single mother, juggling 2 daughters with very different personalities. Every day felt like walking on a tightrope. She worked hard to provide for them, cooked meals, helped with homework, and tried to keep the house calm. But it was never easy. Her eldest daughter, Lily, was 10 years old. She often felt left out and ignored, even by the people who loved her. Relatives paid more attention to Mia, her younger sister, who seemed to charm everyone effortlessly. Lily struggled in school and constantly sought validation. She wanted to be noticed, to be praised, to feel important. But no matter what she did, it never seemed enough. Mia, on the other hand, was only 4, but she had a bright, sparkling personality. She smiled easily, laughed often, and everyone seemed to love her instantly. Teachers, neighbors, even strangers would gush over Mia. Alicia loved both her daughters equally, but she noticed how everyone's attention toward Mia sometimes made Lily's face fall. A small frown, a sideways glance, a quiet sigh. Little signs that spoke volumes to a mother who watched carefully. Alicia's life wasn't easy. Money was tight. Bills piled up faster than she could pay them. Her parents occasionally offered help, but it always came with judgment. Her ex-husband, Lily's father, lived in another city and had his own family. He sometimes blamed Alicia for small mistakes and made her feel like she had to constantly prove herself as a mother. Despite all this, Alicia tried to keep peace in the house. She divided attention between the girls, tried to celebrate each one's achievements, and made sure birthdays and school events were special. But the effort was exhausting. Over time, Alicia had noticed small warning signs from Lily. Sometimes she would snatch toys from Mia or push her out of the way. Other times, she would hide Mia's favorite things or say hurtful things and then quickly apologize when Alicia caught her. At first, Alicia thought it was normal sibling rivalry. Kids tested boundaries all the time. But there were moments when Lily's anger seemed sharper, colder, more purposeful than typical jealousy. Lily's frustration wasn't always obvious. She could smile, nod, and act sweet when others were around. But Alicia sometimes caught the fleeting look in her eyes, the one that hinted at deeper resentment. A quick glare, a tense jaw, a quiet mutter under her breath. Alicia didn't want to read too much into it, but a mother's instinct is hard to ignore. Even though Alicia loved both her daughters fiercely, she worried about Lily. She tried to talk to her, to help her express feelings, to reassure her that she was loved and important. but nothing seemed to fully reach her. Lily's jealousy, combined with her need for attention, sometimes spilled out in subtle ways that worried Alicia. The tension in the household was always there, like a quiet storm waiting to break. Alicia did her best to shield her daughters from the world's pressures, from family drama, and from financial worries. She hoped that love alone would be enough to hold them together. But deep down, she feared that one small spark could ignite something far bigger. Every day, Alicia walked the line between love and worry, hope and fear. She tried to be the calm center of her daughters' lives, but the signs were clear. Her family's emotional balance was fragile, and she didn't yet realize how quickly everything could fall apart. Alicia was busy inside the house juggling chores. She was folding laundry, putting dishes away, and checking on dinner, trying to keep everything under control. Outside, her daughters played near the backyard pool. The sun was warm, the water sparkling, and for a moment, everything seemed normal. Then, a scream cut through the air. Alicia's heart jumped into her throat. She dropped the laundry and ran toward the sound. There was a splash, loud and sudden, and then an eerie silence. Alicia's stomach sank as she reached the pool. Mia was floating face down in the water. Without thinking, Alicia dove in and pulled her daughter out. She cradled Mia in her arms, shaking her, calling her name, desperate for any sign of life. Meanwhile, Lily stood a few feet away, calm. Too calm. Alicia noticed it immediately. Her older daughter's face was unreadable, her body still, like she was just watching a scene in a movie. A strange chill ran down Alicia's spine. Something about Lily felt wrong. Neighbors quickly gathered, drawn by the screams. Someone called the police. Alicia tried to explain what had happened, but her voice shook. Lily stepped forward to tell her side of the story, but her explanation didn't make sense. Small details didn't add up, and she kept changing parts of the story when questioned. "Mom, I was just watching her play," Lily said at first. Then she added, "I didn't see her go under." But Alicia remembered exactly where she had left the girls, and how Lily had been right beside Mia just moments before. The police wrote down statements from neighbors and from Alicia herself. Lily repeated her story, calm and collected, but Alicia could feel a growing unease. Something was not right. Her mother's instinct, sharp and nagging, told her that Lily was hiding something. Alicia held Mia tightly as the ambulance arrived. She kissed her daughter's forehead, whispered words of love and apology, and climbed into the vehicle. The ride to the hospital was tense and silent, except for the steady beep of the monitor attached to Mia. Alicia couldn't stop thinking about Lily's strange calmness. Questions swirled in her mind. How could Lily stay so composed while her sister nearly drowned? Why were her explanations inconsistent? A fear she had tried to ignore began to take root. Could Lily have done something? For the first time, Alicia realized that she couldn't ignore the tension between her daughters anymore. Something had changed that day, something she could no longer overlook. She would have to confront the truth, no matter how painful it might be. As the hospital doors closed behind them, Alicia made a silent promise to herself. She would protect Mia, find answers, and face whatever was hidden in Lily's heart. That day marked the beginning of a path she never imagined she would have to walk, one filled with fear, betrayal, and the urgent need to uncover the truth. Alicia sleeps on chairs, losing track of time. The hospital days and nights blur together. The smell of antiseptic, the constant beeping of machines, and the quiet footsteps of nurses become her world. She hardly eats, hardly rests, and every moment is spent watching Mia, hoping for any sign of improvement. Lily grows more distant. She avoids Alicia's eyes, stays in her room longer, and barely speaks unless spoken to. When she does, her words are sharp and short. Sometimes she slams doors, throws toys, or storms out without explanation. Alicia notices her irritability and wonders if the stress of the accident has affected her. But deep down, a small, nagging voice tells her it's something more. Little things start to stand out. Lily changes her clothes right after the accident, as if trying to wash away something invisible. A neighbor mentions seeing a pushing motion near the pool, something they hadn't thought much of at the time. And then there's the child's drawing Alicia finds. One of her earlier drawings, which shows Mia falling into the water while Lily watches. Something about the image feels deliberate, unsettling. Alicia can't ignore it any longer. Her heart aches with a growing fear. What if Lily did this on purpose? The thought is unbearable, yet it keeps creeping into her mind. She tries to push it away, but every small clue keeps piling up. Her ex-husband, Lily's father, calls. He criticizes her over the phone. "You're overreacting. Stop being dramatic," he says. His words sting, making Alicia feel even more isolated. She feels blamed from every side: family, neighbors, and even professionals. Soon, social workers begin asking questions. Alicia answers politely, carefully, but inside, panic grows. She feels like everyone suspects her. Even though she knows she did everything she could to protect her daughters, the pressure builds, threatening to break her. One night, after a particularly long day in the ICU, Alicia finally collapses into a chair and cries. She cries for Mia, for Lily, for herself, for the life that feels like it's slipping through her fingers. Her body shakes, her chest hurts, and for a moment, she feels completely alone. Lily's behavior escalates. She throws tantrums at the smallest things. She denies obvious facts, twisting stories when questioned. She manipulates situations, making Alicia feel guilty and confused. Every day, Alicia struggles to hold on to control, to hold on to hope, and to understand her daughter's mind. Yet in the midst of the fear and confusion, Alicia begins to see the full picture. Lily's jealousy, her anger, and her need for attention seem to have grown into something dangerous. Alicia realizes that this is more than just sibling rivalry. It's a warning that she cannot ignore, no matter how much it hurts her heart to think her own child could cause harm. The hospital room becomes a battlefield of emotions. Alicia fights guilt for even suspecting Lily, fear for Mia's life, and anxiety about what the future holds. She knows she must find the truth, but the truth could change everything. She cannot simply hope it will go away. Every day brings new tension. Lily refuses to speak, throws fits, or lies to cover her tracks. Alicia feels trapped, exhausted, and terrified, but a small, determined part of her refuses to give up. She promises herself that she will protect Mia at all costs, even if it means facing the heartbreaking reality about her oldest daughter. The days in the hospital stretch on, long and heavy. Alicia grows stronger in her determination, though weaker in body. Her mind is a storm of fear, doubt, and sorrow. But one thing is clear: she cannot ignore what Lily might have done, and she cannot leave Mia's life to chance. The tension builds, waiting for the moment when the truth will finally surface. A therapist session finally breaks Lily open. Alicia sits nearby, tense, holding her hands together. The room is quiet except for the soft ticking of a clock. Lily sits stiffly on the small chair, eyes down, fingers fidgeting. Alicia wonders if this session will finally bring some answers, or make things worse. The therapist speaks gently. "Lily, I know you're scared, but it's safe to tell the truth here. Can you tell me what happened by the pool?" Lily's lips tremble. Her small hands twist together. For a long moment, no one says anything. Then she whispers, barely audible, I pushed her." Alicia's heart stops. "You pushed Mia?" she asks, voice shaking. Lily nods, tears streaming down her face. I just wanted you to look at me for once," she says, her voice breaking. Everyone always looks at her, not me. I didn't mean to. I didn't think she'd. I just wanted you to notice me." Alicia feels the world tilt. Grief, shock, and guilt hit her all at once. She buries her face in her hands, rocking slightly, unable to speak. The betrayal cuts deeper than she ever imagined. Her youngest daughter lies unconscious in a hospital bed, and her oldest daughter, the one she tried so hard to understand, just admitted she caused it. The therapist stays calm, guiding Lily gently, helping her face what she's done. Alicia finally looks up. "Why, Lily? Why would you do this?" Her voice is a mixture of pain and disbelief. Lily sobs. "I wanted you to see me, to care about me, just for once." Alicia feels tears fall down her cheeks. The anger mixes with heartbreak, the guilt crashing over her in waves. She wants to scream, to shake Lily, to hold her all at once. Meanwhile, her ex-husband calls, frantic. "You can't let this go to the police. Think about Mia. Think about the legal problems. Just handle it quietly," he demands. Alicia's chest tightens. She feels fury rise inside her. She knows she cannot ignore what happened. She cannot let anyone cover it up. Her first responsibility is to protect Mia, but she also knows Lily needs help, real help, not silence and excuses. I won't hide this, Alicia says firmly, her voice shaking but strong. I will protect Mia, but Lily needs therapy. She needs to face what she did. I won't let fear stop me from doing the right thing. The therapist nods, and Alicia feels a sense of control return. Finally, the truth is out, and she can start to do something about it. Then a twist. The hospital staff shows Alicia footage from a hidden security camera near the pool. The video confirms everything. The camera captured Lily reaching toward Mia and pushing her. Alicia watches in stunned silence. The proof is undeniable. Even with the confession, seeing the action recorded makes the reality hit harder. Alicia feels pain, sorrow, and love all at the same time. Her child did something terrible, but she is still her daughter. Alicia knows she cannot abandon her. She must navigate the difficult road ahead, protect Mia, care for Lily, and seek the help they both need. That day, Alicia's world changes forever. She cannot erase the incident, and she cannot pretend it never happened. But the truth at last is clear. And with the truth comes a choice. She will face it, protect her children, and find a way forward, no matter how hard it will be. Alicia quietly cancels everything in her life: job schedules, events, social commitments. For now, nothing else matters except her daughters. She stops answering unnecessary calls, skips family gatherings, and refuses invitations that once felt important. Her life shrinks, but in that small space, she can finally focus on what truly matters. She removes herself from toxic relatives who blame her or gossip about her. She cuts ties with her manipulative ex-husband, who only added stress and tried to interfere at every turn. Alicia knows that protecting her children means setting firm boundaries, no matter how difficult. Her days now revolve around Mia and Lily. Mia's recovery is slow, but each small improvement feels like a miracle. Alicia celebrates every tiny smile, every weak movement, and every little step forward. She learns to be patient, gentle, and attentive, cherishing the moments that once passed unnoticed. At the same time, Lily begins mandatory therapy. Alicia accompanies her, sitting quietly nearby as professionals guide Lily through her emotions, her jealousy, and the guilt she now carries. Alicia supports her daughter without condoning what happened. She knows Lily needs help to heal, and she will be there every step of the way. Alicia also becomes both mother and investigator. She reviews what happened, gathers information, and consults with legal and psychological experts to make sure both children are safe and supported. She refuses to let fear or shame dictate her actions. Her role shifts from a passive parent to an active protector and guide, taking control of a situation that once seemed overwhelming. Through it all, a new strength forms inside Alicia. She feels firm, grounded, and unshakable. She discovers courage she didn't know she had, patience that goes beyond exhaustion, and a determination that nothing can break. Every challenge she faces builds her resilience. Every tear she sheds makes her resolve stronger. After months of careful thought, Alicia makes a final decision. She moves her family to a smaller city, leaving behind reminders of the past, the judgmental relatives, the stressful environment, and the painful memories tied to the old house. In this new place, she can rebuild their lives slowly, safely, and with hope. It is not an easy journey, and there is still fear, sorrow, and hard work ahead. But Alicia knows that by focusing on her daughters, seeking the right help, and standing firm in her decisions, she is giving them, and herself, a fresh start. She is no longer overwhelmed by life's pressures. Instead, she is ready to face each day with strength, clarity, and unwavering love. Alicia has learned that protecting her children sometimes means making hard choices, cutting away what is toxic, and trusting herself above all else. And in doing so, she has found a quiet power inside her that nothing can take away. Months later, Mia opens her eyes. Alicia is sitting by her hospital bed, holding her hand, when a small, weak blink meets her gaze. Relief floods Alicia's heart. She feels tears prick at her eyes, but this time they are tears of hope. Lily stands nearby, trembling. Her face is wet with tears. I'm so sorry, Mia, she whispers. I didn't mean. I just wanted you to notice me. She looks at Alicia, her voice full of guilt and shame. Alicia takes a deep breath. She feels grief for what happened, but also love for both her daughters. She pulls Lily into a hug, holding her tightly. We're going to get through this. Alicia says softly. Together. Sitting there, Alicia reflects on everything she has learned. Motherhood is not just about love. It's about courage, boundaries, and doing the hard things even when they break your heart. She thinks about the guilt she carried, the mistakes she feared she made, and the long, painful days spent wondering if she could protect her children. She understands now that forgiveness is not about forgetting. It's about facing the truth and making the right choices. She watches Mia stir in her bed and Lily wipe her tears. In this quiet moment, Alicia feels a strength she didn't know she had. She has learned that love sometimes means letting go of fear, confronting pain, and standing firm when it matters most. Alicia whispers to herself, a soft but steady declaration. I didn't cancel life to hide. I canceled everything so I could finally save it. She looks at her daughters, one recovering, one learning to heal, and knows that they have a future, fragile but full of hope. The storm has passed, and while the scars remain, they are ready to rebuild. Together. Hey besties! Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.